What's up guys, Smart Baseball here today with another video, and today I'm going to talk about the top 20 free agents according to MLB trade rumors and where they're supposed to go. Stop recording. Also, before this starts, take note about this. There's been a lot of small market teams that are willing to put a bunch of money into this next year. Like the Tigers are supposed to go out and sign a bunch of good players, so they're going to be a good team again, hopefully by the start of the 2022 season. And also, basically the whole AL West is going for the gold. They are going to sign as many people as they can, except for the Athletics. The Athletics are trying to dump off all their good players, so that's how that's going. So keep in mind, when you hear these names going to like the Tigers and stuff, you would not expect it. But they are actually thinking about going to bad teams, but they might not be bad by the start of the 2022 season. Stop recording. First off, we're just going to go from 20 all the way up to 1, bottom to top. And here we go. Number 1 is Anthony Rizzo. And the Miami Marlins are out there going hard for him right now. So I don't think he's going to go to the Marlins. It looks like the Red Sox are going after him as well. But the Red Sox are also basically going after every single good first baseman. Because look at their first baseman stats. Nobody in their first base position has done good in the last 3 or 4 years. So they really need that. And then also, he's probably, if Freddie Freeman leaves the Braves, Anthony Rizzo is probably going to be the person to fit in first base. He's already said he'd like to play for the Braves at some point in his career. But, you know, the Braves are not going to play him if Freddie Freeman's still there. Or he might go to the Braves and DH anyways. So that's Anthony Rizzo. Next up, you have John Gray. John Gray for the Rockies. That is not where you want to be as a pitcher. And he says he's fine with it, honestly. He's probably one of the best pitchers in Colorado Rockies history. So you just wonder how good he's going to be in other stadiums. And John Gray, probably, he's getting a lot of interest from the Giants. Of course, the Giants they came out of nowhere last year to be a good team all of a sudden. And then the Angels and Tigers. Both teams have decided that they are just done being bad. Especially the Angels. They're like, we're not going to waste Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout's careers, because that's basically what they're doing. The 2 best players in baseball are just sitting and not playing on postseason teams. So they want to change that for him. If not just for Trout and Ohtani. So that's John Gray. Next up, you have Carlos Rodon. Carlos had a breakout season in 2021 with the Chicago White Sox, but he's not supposed to stay there anymore. Even after the White Sox made it to the postseason, they're kind of starting to dump some of their players off, unfortunately for them. So you have the Houston Astros, who are definitely, they already had probably a top 10 in the majors pitching staff, but they have decided, no, we want to be the best pitching staff in the game to go along with all of our good hitters that they're going to lose. So they're going to kind of flip their game around and become a pitching team instead of a hitting team. Not that they'll be a bad hitting team, but they want pitchers this year. So Carlos Rodon, he's getting a lot of push from the Astros. Also, the Red Sox and the Angels. The Red Sox pitching this year was horrific. Tanner Houck basically ended up being their best pitcher this year. And then the Angels, yet again, they really want to get into the game finally. It's been so long since they've been good. But that is Carlos Rodon. And then speaking of Angels, next up is Raisel Iglesias. The Angels do not want him back. And I don't really blame them, because he's kind of been slacking the last couple of years. He started out his career with the Reds, and it was going very well. And then he's kind of fallen off the table. But the Dodgers want him because Kenley Jansen might be on the move. The Astros want him because, yet again, they need good pitching in their bullpen especially. And then the Blue Jays, their roster already looks like a postseason roster, but they haven't really gotten there yet so far. But they are really trying to make a push this year to get to the postseason, because Bo Bichette and Vlad, they haven't been in the postseason yet, and I can only imagine what they could do then. So that's Raisel Iglesias. Next up, CT3, Chris Taylor. Actually, the Dodgers, I was very surprised about this. The Dodgers, basically don't want him anymore, which I don't quite get, if not just for his postseason numbers. He's been fantastic this year. So the Red Sox want him because they have Schwarber probably on the move, and they need someone to fill another outfield spot. So Red Sox, the Mariners are also trying to go big on some big name guys. And then the Marlins are going after Chris Taylor as well. And then speaking of Kyle Schwarber, here he is. Kyle Schwarber, I don't know what to think about him. He had a great year this year at the start of the year with the Red Sox, but then he got injured, and yeah, he started off great with the Nationals, but then he got traded to the Red Sox and basically didn't play at all until the postseason, which he did very well in. But Kyle Schwarber is supposed to go back to the Nationals quite possibly, which I think is interesting that they want him back. And then the Blue Jays, if they get Kyle Schwarber, they probably have the best offense in baseball. And then the Colorado Rockies. I cannot imagine how far Kyle Schwarber could hit the ball in Coors Field. Like 480, at least 480, at least once a season for that man, because he is a home run hitter for sure. And then Eduardo Rodriguez, kind of an under-the-radar pitcher, and I'm not quite sure what to think about him because he's just been in the rotation, getting like 16 wins a year, but his ERA is like up 4.5 ERA, which is pretty high for such a sought-after pitcher. And then he is being looked at a lot by the Minnesota Twins and the Tigers, which I think is interesting that they don't really want him back since he gets a lot of their wins. But he just gets a bunch of run support, so it's not that he's pitching very well. But Eduardo Rodriguez, Twins and Tigers are going after him. And then Starling Marte, he's just been going around to basically every team in baseball lately, and a lot of them have been small market teams to have him as their star player, and it looks like not anymore because New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies want him pretty bad. So chances are he's probably going to be in the NL East. And then the San Francisco Giants want him because they're going to be getting rid of some guys who are free agents. And then Buster Posey retiring. I'm kind of sad about that because Buster Posey, who doesn't like Buster Posey? You're just a cranky Dodgers fan if you don't like Buster Posey. So Marte, Mets, Phillies, and Giants. Then Javi Baez, the Texas Rangers, are going after a lot of the big-time infielders and outfielders. So Javi Baez being sought after heavily by the Rangers. The Tigers. So, yeah, the Tigers, I cannot imagine Javi Baez in Tigers or Rangers uniform. I think it'd be very interesting to see if somebody could edit that for me. And, yeah, and comment on my video and say I did it and post on your channel. I think that'd be really cool if you could do that for all these players. But Javi Baez, Rangers, and Tigers. Then Marcus Stroman, Angels, Twins, and Dodgers. I honestly can't really see him on the Dodgers because their pitching rotation is already way too good. They don't need any more pitchers. Some of them will just go to the bullpen, and I don't really know why they'd want to go to the Dodgers because they might not get playing time, even though they could be an ace on a small market team. But for Marcus Stroman, Angels and Twins are also in there. I can't really see him on the Twins because I feel like he'd give up a lot of home runs to left-handed hitters like he always does. So that's Marcus Stroman, Angels, Twins, and Dodgers. Next up, Nick Castellanos. You have Rangers again and the San Diego Padres, which I think would be interesting to see. I'm kind of surprised that the Padres aren't going after as many people as I thought they would be because they're such a good-looking team, but they ended up this year with a losing record. So I was kind of thinking they'd go after, but hopefully Bob Melvin can help them after Jace Tinker got fired because they have one of the best teams in the league on paper, and they ended up with a below-average team, which was kind of sad for them. And then Max Scherzer has talked about how he wants to stay with the Dodgers, and that's what they want and what he wants. So I will not see him really going anywhere else other than just staying with the Dodgers there. And then Trevor Story, I was surprised he wasn't traded at the 2021 trade deadline, but he's still out there. So he's probably not going to end up staying with the Rockies. So Phillies and Rangers are going after him. Rangers and Tigers are going after basically all of the big name shortstops out there, but the Tigers aren't really thinking about him right now. Phillies, Rangers, and Astros. For some reason, I could really see him playing with the Astros after Correa leaves, possibly. So Phillies, Rangers, and Astros are the top 3 teams right now in the race for Trevor Story. And now we get on to some of the big name people. Robbie Ray. I honestly, in 2021, before the season started, in fantasy baseball, I didn't even think about drafting Robbie Ray because he had been really awful the last couple of years. But man, he came through big, and he's probably about to win the Cy Young Award in the AL for the Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays really want to keep him again because he is their ace, and he's probably the ace of the whole National League, American League, excuse me. So Robbie Ray probably going to stay with the Blue Jays. And then Marcus Semien, kind of surprised, but the Blue Jays aren't really making a huge case to keep him, even though he hit like 270 with 40 bombs, which is amazing season for a second baseman. So Red Sox and Dodgers are going after him. I don't know why the Dodgers would need any more middle infielders, but they're also probably going to lose Corey Seager, and Semien can fill up shortstop and actually be a shortstop again. So I kind of get Marcus Semien with the Dodgers, and I could see him in a Dodgers uniform. And also the Angels are in there. The Angels are going after a lot of guys this year because, yeah, they are not a good team, but they have a lot of good players, so they should be good. And that's Marcus Semien. Then Kevin Gausman, the number 5 best free agent this year according to MLB trade rumors. And they say that he's not going to go anywhere. He's just going to stay with the Giants. And I kind of see that. Like, I don't know what to think about Kevin Gausman. I'm an Orioles fan, and like all I remember him doing is like having a 4 ERA. So he wasn't really that good. And then he just kind of bounced around and then ended with the Giants, and like suddenly he's been a 3 ERA pitcher. But I don't know. Like, I feel like he's just going to have a bad year again at some point in his career. So the Giants are going after him. Then Chris Bryant, who is with the Giants right now, but he's a free agent now. So the Mets are going after him. Why did the Mets want all the Cubs trades from the 2021 deadline? I don't know. But the Mets are going after him hard, along with the Mariners. I think he would look awesome in a Mariners jersey. So that's Chris Bryant. And then now top 3, number 3 is Freddie Freeman. Freddie has talked about how he really, really wants to stay with the Braves. He's been a Brave his entire career, and I can't see him going anywhere other than staying with Atlanta. But also the Red Sox are pushing hard for him. I don't think the Braves are going to they're not going to let Freddie Freeman pass up, especially when he's making the Braves his priority at the moment. So I say very slim chance that he stays anywhere else other than with Atlanta. So I think Freddie's going to stay with Atlanta, but Red Sox are still in the game, so can't count him out yet. And then Corey Seager, there's a bunch of teams after him, but the Yankees are really trying. They've been offering him like $25 to $30 million contracts already. So I would not be surprised if Corey Seager goes to the Yankees because they have that kind of money, and Gleyber Torres can play second base. Yeah, he's not a very good fielding shortstop. And then number 1, according to MLB trade rumors, I don't really agree with it, but Carlos Correa is going to be a very big free agent, and he is getting sought after by basically all the above average teams in the game, and then some bad teams who are trying to get good again. But the Tigers really want him badly. They are trying to put together a team this year. They have all those good minor league pitchers coming up, and if they get a decent offense, I think they'll probably have a winning record this year. So Tigers are going after him hard. Also the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Yankees and the New York Mets, but especially the Tigers and Phillies are going after Carlos Correa really hard. So I am excited. I'm excited about this year. There's a bunch of good free agents. All the shortstops in the league seem to be free agents this year. So it's going to be quite the year of free agents. So I cannot wait to see what happens. Also, honorable mentions on this list, Justin Verlander is a free agent this year. And I never thought I'd be saying this again, but Justin Verlander doesn't have a team at the moment, and there are about every team in the league looking at him right now because he's been throwing bullpens, throwing even 98 miles an hour again. 94 to 98 is where he's throwing right now, so I'm excited. I want to see Verlander in an Orioles uniform, of course. He would be our ace, but yeah, I don't think he's going to go to the Orioles. But I just hope Justin Verlander goes somewhere and gets playing time. And I want to see Verlander pitch again because it's just good for MLB having Justin Verlander as a pitcher. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And then Clayton Kershaw, I'm kind of surprised about this. He's an honorable mention here, but Clayton Kershaw has already declined an option with the Dodgers. So the lifetime Dodger, Clayton Kershaw, is probably not going to be a Dodger anymore, which I think is very interesting. So yeah, this is going to be quite the year for free agents. Stop recording. So thanks for watching, guys. If you are, of course, still watching, come check out my channel. I make a lot of cool videos like this, and I am a small channel. I just reached 50 subscribers, and I am very glad about that. So thanks for watching this video. Like and subscribe, and comment below what you think about and think about players that I missed as well. So thanks for watching. Stop recording.